Hey guys, what's up? Ben here from NoCodeTribe.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build this sliding overlay, which works really good if you build cards because it brings a call to action when the user is hovering the card without actually hiding the content of the card, which I think is very important and a very good user experience. And as you know, user experience is extremely important when you design a website. So let's get started. Just a quick reminder before we start this tutorial, if you want to visit the live preview of this sliding overlay or clone it directly into your Webflow project, I put all the links in the description, so go check it out. So before we jump into Webflow, let's first have a look at what's going on when I interact with this component. So as you can see, there's a few different interactions going on when I hover over those cards. So the first interaction is the double overlay coming here from the left. The second interaction is the text appearing and in the bottom left corner, the text and the call to action. And the third interaction is the background picture zooming in a little bit when I hover over the card. So I really like these interactions because it brings information and the call to actions to the card without hiding the background picture, which is, I think, really important, a really good user experience. So yeah, let's build this into Webflow. So as usual, I divided my project in two parts. So the top part here is the template where I have the finished component. And the bottom part is where I'm going to rebuild this card and this interactions overlay sliding. So let's first have a look at the structure of the template. So in this template, I start with a link block. Inside this link block, I have first a picture, then I have 3 div blocks, and in the third div block, I have a heading, H3, and a text block. So really simple structure. We're gonna rebuild this first, and then we will play with the interactions to create the sliding overlay. So let's select my bottom part and let's go grab a link block. Here's the link block. I'm gonna give it a class name of Carl, and I'm gonna style it like the template. So let's first have a look here what's going on. So I need a top and bottom margin of 15 pixels, left and right of 10. So top of 15, bottom 15, left 10 and right 10. Then back to the template, I need a width of 210, height of 230. So 210, 230. Okay. Then I need overflow hidden, position relative, overflow hidden, position relative, and a text weight of 600, color white, no decoration, 600 color white, no decoration, and a background color white and a box shadow. Okay, so give it a background color of white and a box shadow. Let's have a look what's the values. So 135, 13, and here this gray. 135, 130, BBB. 135, 130, BBB. Okay, good. As you can see here, the card is placed on the top left corner. For the tutorial, I'm going to place it here in the center. It's going to be more visual for you guys to follow. So to do that, I'm going to select the section, give it a display flex, align center, and here is my card in the center. Good. Let's continue with the structure. So inside this link block here, I have a picture and then 3 div blocks. Let's go get that. So a picture, here's my image, close this, and under the picture I have 3 div blocks. So I'll go get the first one here and then copy paste it 2 times. And inside the third one I have a heading h3 and a text block. So I select the third one here, I go get the heading, I select h3 here, and I open this one and a text block. And the text block, where it is? Here it is, text block. Okay, great. Now let's give it some styling. Let's first start with the image here. So this image I need -5 on top, -5 left, width of 220, max width of none. So let's do this. Select my image. I'm gonna give it a class name first of image. Then -5 top, -5 left, a width of 220 and max none. Okay, let's go back to my template. I think that's it. Yes. Now let's do with the first overlay. So we have 2 overlays, overlay 1, overlay 2. So the first overlay, we need a display, no, this is good, with 210 position absolute with -100% on the left. So I select my first div block here. I'm going to call it overlay 1. Need, so width, I don't remember. So 210 absolute -100%. 210 absolute, oops, absolute, that was -100%, 0, 0, 0. And I need a gradient background, and that's it. So this gradient background, I'm gonna copy here the code, the color code. It's 315. Okay. So I select here. I'm gonna create a background here. Here is the first code. Good. And go back to the template to get the second code. This one here, I copy. So the angle is 315. Maybe I have to modify this one. Yes. So 315 for the angle, and the code for the second color. Here you go. So now I have my background gradient. I think we're done with the overlay 1. Yes. So let's do overlay 2. So let's have a look first at the template. So overlay 2, I need a width of 210, same position absolute 0, 0, 0, and 1 -100%. And I think this, yeah, this background gradient is different. So I'm going to copy this code here, the first one, and it's 180. So 210 absolute -100%, and I have the first code for the gradient. So here's my second div block. I'm going to call it overlay 2, width of 210, position absolute, with here -100%, 0, 0, 0, and I have the first code here for the gradient, which is 180. Good. I just need the second code for the gradient. So I'm going to use here this one. And go back to my new component. Oops. There you go. Move it a little bit this way. I don't remember how much is the here, 75%. So I need 75%. No, 75. Good. I think we are done with the second overlay as well. Okay, that is good. Now let's do the last div block. So div block here, it's text wrapper. What I need in this text wrapper, I need a position absolute with 20 on the left, 20 on the bottom, and auto, and nothing else. So here is my div block. I'm going to call it text wrapper, and I need a position absolute, 20 on the left, 20 on the bottom, auto. Good. And I think that is it. Yes. Now let's do the heading. So the heading, I'm here in the template. I need a weight of 800, size 28, height 35. So this is my heading. I'm gonna give it a class name of title card. I need a weight of 800, size 28. How much was the 35 height? Here there's a small dot, so I need something here. No spacing, and little spacing here, 1. So here is 35, letter spacing 1. And what else? Nothing. Okay, I'm gonna replace here the text, the heading. I'm gonna replace it with the real text. So Paris, and it's capital letter, so I can use here this one as well, Paris, capital letter. Good. The last element is the text block. So text card here, what do I need in the template? I need a weight of 400, size 16, and that's it. So here's my last element. I'm going to call it text card. The weight is 400. Don't remember this one. 16 for the size of the text. I'm gonna replace this text as well with the real text view package. Good. I think we are done with the styling, and let's replace this image with the real image. So I select here this element, settings, choose image. I'm going to choose here the Eiffel Tower, and I think we are done with the styling of those elements, the structure. So now we can play with the interaction. So here you can see there's an interaction on the card. Let's have a look at what's going on. So we have an interaction on mouse hover. So on hover, I want to do all those steps. Let's have a look at the steps. So first, those steps here, it's on initial state, sorry. So on initial state, I want my text wrapper, so Paris and view package. I want my text wrapper to move on X minus 10%, minus 10 pixels. I want my text card as well to move minus 5 pixels. And I want my text wrapper to go opacity 0%. Let's create that. So I select here my, I need to close this one first. So I select my card. Let's create a new interaction. So on mouse hover, I want to start an animation, create a new animation. I'm going to call it hover on card. And I have to select first my text wrapper here. The text wrapper, I want to move it, initial state here. I want to move it minus, I think was 20 pixels. And I want the opacity to go to 0%. And I also want here the text card to move minus 5 pixels on X. So I'm just going to cross check for the minus 20, maybe it's minus 10, I don't remember. Let me check real quick. It was minus 10. Okay, I'll change it later. So here the first step at 0 when the interaction starts is the overlay 2. So the overlay 2, I want it to move to 100% on X in 0.3 seconds with an ease out. So let's create this. First, so I close this one. I select my card, I select my new interaction. I'm just gonna change this real quick back to 10. Okay, now I want my overlay 2 at 0, so I click the plus here. I want it to move in 0.3 seconds with an ease out. I want it to move 100% on X. 100%. Okay, good. Now close. Let's go back to the template. There was one more step at 0. So the second step at 0 is the image. I want it to scale to 1.02 in 0.4 seconds. So 1.02, 0.4 seconds, it's the image city, image background. Let's close this. Go back to the card. Mouse hover on card. So I want to select my image here. At the same time that the overlay 2 is moving, I want it to scale. So here is scale to 1.02 in 0.4 seconds. Okay, good. Let's close this one. Let's go back to the template. What is the next step? So at 0.1, I want my overlay 1 to go opacity 50% in 0.2 seconds. So card, hover on card. I select my overlay 1 here, click the plus. So I want the opacity at 0.1 seconds. I want the opacity to go to 50% in 0.2 seconds. Okay, let's close this, go back to the template. What is the next step? So this is done, overlay 1 done. So here's the next step. At 0.15, I want my overlay 1 to move 100% on X. In 0.3, ease out. So 0.15, 0.3, ease out 100%. 0.15, 0.3, ease out 100%. Here's my card. So overlay 1, move 0.15, 0.3, ease out 100% on X. Okay, good. Let's close this one. Let's go get the next step. So the next step here is the one we've just done. Next step is that 0.2. So at 0.2, I want my overlay 2 to go opacity 30%. So 0.2, opacity 30%. Go back to my card, my new interaction. I select my overlay 2 here. Click this plus. I want the opacity in at 0.2 delay, in 0.2 seconds, opacity 50 or 30%. I don't remember, 30% maybe. We'll check that now. Was 30%, good. Next step, at 0.25, I want my text wrapper to move on X back to initial position. In is out with an easing is out. So text wrapper, and I want the opacity as well to go to 100%. Okay, let's go step by step. So the first step is text wrapper 0.25.02 is out, X back to initial position. Let's go get that. Okay, here's my new interaction. Select my text wrapper, click this plus, move, delay is 0.25.02 is out, 0, back to initial position. Close this one. Oops. Go get the next step. And the next step is the text wrapper opacity. So 0.25.02, same values. I want the opacity to go to 100%. And maybe we can get the last one if it's an easy one. Yeah, 0.25.02, X to 0, which is the text card. So the text card, I want the text card to move to initial position at the same time the text wrapper is moving. So 0.25.02, 0, 0.25.02, 100%. Text wrapper, text card. So card, mouse hover, on hover. So the text wrapper here, I want the opacity. So I click the plus here. I want the opacity in 0.25.02 to go to 100%. And I want the text card, so I select the text card here to move 0.25.02 to move to initial position here. I don't remember the easing, I think is out, which yeah, would make sense. I'm gonna give it, go cross-check this real quick. Linear, but yeah, it's here's linear, but we can use is out. It's yeah, that would make sense. So we are done. We are done with the mouse hover on hover. If we preview here, no, it's a bit too long. The opacity is really long, so there is a mistake. Where is the mistake? Here, I think here is the opacity. It's not, yeah, it's not 2, it's 0.2. Good. If I close, preview, here you go. That is what I need. So the on hover interaction is done. Now let's build the hover out interaction. Let's go back to my template. Here is my on hover out. On hover out, what do I want? So at 0, I want my text wrapper to move to minus 10 pixels. In 0.2 seconds is in. So text wrapper 0.02 is in minus 10. Let's go get that. Close this. Mouse hover. So on hover out, I want to start an animation. I want to create a new animation. I'm going to call it hover out card. And I want my text wrapper to move to minus 10 pixels is in. Duration, I don't remember, was it 0.2? Maybe. I'll see it now. Over out, text wrapper, yes, 0.2. Okay, so at the same time that my text wrapper is moving, I want my image city, so image background, the Eiffel Tower. I want the image to scale back to 1 in 0.2 seconds. Let's do this. Let's go back to my new hover out. So I select my image here. At the same time, I want it to scale in 0.2 seconds, scale down to 1. So back to initial scale. Okay, close this, go to the template, hover out. So this is done, this is done. The third one is the text card. I want the text card to move to minus 5 pixels in 0.5 seconds. So let's do this. Select this one, hover out, text card, here, move 0.5 minus 5 pixels. I think we can put 0.2 as well, and here the ease in would make sense to match with the text wrapper. Yeah, I think it's better. And let's go to the template. So this is done, and the last one, the text wrapper. In 0.2, I want it to move to go opacity 0%. So opacity 0% for the text wrapper. So I can select it here, text wrapper. Opacity in 0.2 seconds. Opacity 0%. So we are good with the first few steps here. Yes. So next step at 0.15. 0.15, I want my overlay 1 to move on X back to initial position. And the duration is 0.3 and there is an ease. So 0.15, 0.3 is initial position. Mouse hover and select overlay 1. Here is my move 0.15, 0.3 is 0. Okay, let's close this one. Let's have a look at the next step. So this is done. Next step is this one. Next step at 0.2, I want my overlay 2 in 0.3 seconds to move back to initial position as well. So 0.2, 0.3 is 0. Go to my new card. Select my second overlay here. Move. So it's 0.2, 0.3 is 0, initial position. Great. Next one. Next one is here. So here I want my overlay 2 to go back to go. So this step here, you can see it's after previous action. So it means my overlay it's already moved back to initial position. So we don't see it anymore. It's all the way here on the left. So that's why the opacity here is duration 0%. So it's like it's straight. I want my opacity back to 100%. Opacity for overlay 2 and overlay 1. Good. Let's close this one. Let's create those last two steps. Select my overlay 1. So here's the plus at 0.5. So I want the opacity. So after previous action, duration 0, opacity 100%. Select my overlay 2, and at the same time, duration 0, I want the opacity to 100%. Good. So if I click this and I go to preview here, that's it. We have exactly the same, I think. No, there's one more detail we missed. Is here this underline when I hover over the view package text. And here there is none. But for the rest, for the interactions, we are exactly the same and we are finished. Let's just create very quick this underline. So I select my text card. I'm going to go to the styling here on hover. I want to get underline here. And if I go back to the preview, here you go, I have my underline now. So I am now exactly the same in my template and in my new project, and we are done. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you guys got to learn some stuff. Once again, if you want to visit the live preview of this component or clone it directly into your Webflow project, I put all the links in the description, so go check it out. And if you want to find more Webflow components, interactions, and Webflow tutorials, go visit nocodetribe.com. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel to get all the new videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao, ciao.